Hello and welcomes back everyone. AnthWolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Curze the Sith Juggernaut here in the Sith Academy. Overseer Tremors asked us to go past judgment on a variety of prisoners in the jail here, and hopefully gain the attention, or some attention, from the Sith Lords here in the Academy.
One more chirp from you, little bird, and you'll regret it.
Chirp, chirp, chirp. Ow, jerk. If you don't like that, just say so. I can do other animals too. Dire cat, frog dog, waking monkey lizard, you name it.
I'm Jailer Nash. I run these cells and slave pits. You're the acolyte Tremel sent for the test, right? He thinks highly of you.
Then I will repay his faith by sticking to my mission.
You should know this situation is highly unusual. Normally an acolyte goes off-will for the interrogation. Overseer Tremel had these three shipped in for you. He thinks you're the next coming of Exar Kun, but you ought to know, Tremel ain't the only one paying attention to you. Now, these three prisoners have been transferred here for your inspection. You gotta interrogate them as needed, and then decide their fate. The convicted are usually executed, or given a trial by combat to see if they're worthy. Whatever you decide, you will be the one to carry out the sentence.
As it should be.
Fine. Let's get started. This one on the left.
You freaks aren't getting anything new out of me. Just do whatever you're gonna do.
So you're hoping for blind mercy? Do you know where you are, lady?
You don't have to tell me. There's no such thing as mercy here. I know how this story ends.
Impudent to the last. As I was saying, she was sent to kill an Imperial spy in the Yavin system. Throughout her torture, she maintained that she was hired anonymously.
Get it through your damn head! I had no idea he was Imperial, and I don't know who hired me.
Regale me with the details of your operation. What was your chosen form of murder?
I didn't kill him. I was caught before I could pull it off.
The point is, she doesn't deny the charge. So now you must decide. Execution or trial by combat. Which do you choose?
Now, there are some decisions that affect, as I mentioned, our light and dark side alignment. If I scroll over, it actually indicates what alignment the choices actually refer to. But we don't really need to know.
Neither, actually. She could prove useful. Send her to Imperial Intelligence.
I won't work for free.
You spared her. Interesting.
Please, I am a fellow Sith. Judge me with an open mind and grant me trial by combat, I beg you.
Your name, now.
This part of Waste is Davotech. Once a valued Sith champion, until he botched an important mission and caused 1,000 Imperial deaths. Now look at him.
I served faithfully for 24 years. Then one mistake, and they threw me away. Now I have been left here to rot. Please, let me feel the weight of a weapon once more.
I don't do charity work. Feel the weight of a weapon in your throat.
I die a disgrace.
Good. I won't have to look at his sad, weathered face anymore. Thank you.
That man served for a long time. You should be more respectful.
Well, this last prisoner's a bit of a puzzle. He's called Breg, and he's a jittery little wretch, suspected of supplying forged documents to Republic agents. Strangely enough, he maintains his innocence, despite being severely tortured.
Nebaga imana, naki naya, bila maknam unya kamna lebek.
Come on, who would go to all the trouble of setting you up?
Nibikak nakamak. Nebaga imana, naki naya, bila maknam unya kamna lebek.
He's never wavered from that line, and the evidence is circumstantial. I suppose it's actually possible he didn't do it. So, what do you decide?
I don't care if he's innocent or not. Torture him enough and he'll confess.
Jepan kam, banu bana kam memga kwibum.
Shut up, you fidgety fool. The decision's been made. Well, that's that. You're an interesting one, kid. I can see why people are keeping tabs on you. Head back to Overseer Tremel. See what he thinks of your choices.
Now, as you're probably aware, I kind of know what I'd call correct choices for interrogating the prisoners there. Originally, I didn't, and I just went with how I felt the situation was. I don't think there's any real consequences, but in getting or choosing the most appropriate response to each of their situations, I think you're offered a reward. Not that we really need any gifts from the Overseer.
Is this everything?
Everything Lord Renning was able to obtain, yes.
Then run back to your master in the beast pens before I cut you in half. Sorry to make you wait, Acolyte. These interruptions are incredibly annoying. On to the business at hand, your test in the jails. First, the assassin, Solentz. She attempted to kill an Imperial spy, but was unaware of her client's affiliation. You assigned her to Imperial intelligence. I commend you, that was excellent thinking. Never waste a potential resource.
Thank you, Overseer. I'm glad you approve.
What's more important is that Darth Baras would approve. Now, Devotek, the former warrior. He wanted combat, but you struck him down. Perfect. The man was utterly useless.
I took no pleasure in killing him.
And why would you? It's like taking out the trash. You just do it. You don't think about it. Once something is used up, it should be eradicated. Lastly, the forger you sent back for more torture even though he seemed innocent. A strong decision. Leave no stone unturned.
And what if it turns out he truly is innocent?
It's always best to know beyond any doubt. After all, what is one man's sanity or life versus the fate of the Empire? Each time, each prisoner, you made the best possible decision. You may yet be able to challenge Vemrin for Darth Baras' attention. To celebrate, a small reward.
Thank you very much, Overseer.
Thank yourself, Acolyte. It's performances like this that might just beat the extreme odds we're facing. Because I forced you into the Academy ahead of schedule, Darth Baras will be predisposed to judging you severely. And by severely, I mean fatally. Now, we must hurry to your next trial. Every moment that passes, we risk discovery before we're ready. In the caverns of Marka Ragnos is the beast he left to guard his legacy. Go there, sit among the flames, and wait for the beast to come for you.
You think that's enough information? How about you tell me about this beast?
All you need to know is that it's ferocious and bloodthirsty, and in no way is it a trial for a normal acolyte. Return to the Valley of the Dark Lords and find the tomb of Marka Ragnos. I'll see you when the beast is slain. Good luck.
Great, he's throwing us into the deep end. Now we gained a 3-hour experience booster. And another focus, which we can actually use. Okay, so Ooh, actually, I just noticed something. We don't have our quick travel node on the quick bar. There's a variety of ways you can fast travel in this game. There's quick travel nodes dotted around the variety of the worlds we'll visit, and there is a taxi service to various waypoints as well. We actually need to get a taxi down to the lower wilds to find the tomb of Marka, Marka Ragnos. Before we do that, though, we have the Inquisitor here who wishes to speak to us.
Stand and account for yourself, Acolyte. Let's see what you're made of. I look at you, and I wonder, are you among the truly loyal, or do you hide treason in your heart?
I am heir to a great Sith bloodline. How dare you even ask such a question of me?
I do what the Emperor commands me to. Your special heritage does not place you above suspicion, nor should it. Intelligence reports indicate this valley shelters traitors. Acolytes who seek to destroy our Emperor's carefully built order and replace it with their own weak-minded heresies.
They hide among the faithful and obedient. But make no mistake, they will destroy us all, given the chance.
We've watched as the traitors scuttle about this valley and plot against us. We know their faces and their names. It is the Emperor's will that the sands of Korriban be slaked with the blood of these traitors. Prove your allegiance by executing them.
And we do have the option to refuse, but if it is the Emperor's command, it may not be. You never know. The Emperor has been silent for some time. At the moment, most of the decisions are made by the Sith Lords that make up the Dark Council.
It will be a great honor to serve you, my lord.
And in serving me, you serve the Emperor. Remember that, as you exterminate those vermin in the valley.
I'll give you the means to identify the traitors. Eliminate enough of them to prove your loyalty. Then return to Inquisitor Arzanan.
I'll be watching your progress with great interest. Go now. See that the Emperor's will be done.
So we've been given a ID scanner. And we need to scan these initiates. Oh. Looks like a Sith Inquisitor's doing likewise. How about your friend here? A few loyal initiates. Always nice to see. And one more.
I watched you deal with those traitors. Well done. That was an impressive display of loyalty. Take this reward as a token of the Emperor's favor, and wear this badge. It marks you as a defender of our empire.
Stay vigilant. Our enemies lurk where you least expect them.
We actually gained some boots. Yeah, I think he used to be rewarded with a planetary commendation. And you would spend commendations on like unique rewards or upgrades for your armor.
All authorized destinations.
So we need to get into the lower wilds.
Travel route is confirmed.
You used to have to interact with the transport service droids to unlock their taxi routes, but I think it was with Knights of the Fallen Empire that they unlocked all the routes automatically for you. So that's where we need to go eventually. There's a Datacron we can interact with over there. Explore the tomb of Marka Ragnos. There's a sell all of our vendor trash.
I've got the best hardware and the best prices.
We don't need any of this.
Good hunting.
Hey, friend. If you're headed out by the Toccata, Lord Varison is paying actual credits for bone marrow samples. Varison's doing some sort of experiment for Lord Renning. The less details we know, the better, I'm sure.
Interesting. We heard the name Lord Renning. An acolyte was speaking to Overseer Tremel and mentioned that name. Now we've got Codex entry about Toccata. If we wish to know about them. See, if we go and open our mission log, the Codex has various notes of interest on various worlds we may visit. So if you have interest in more information about the old Republic universe, might be worthwhile just spending a little bit of time. Ooh. So they had the bone marrow samples that we needed. And there's the last one we need. Excellent. I think you find that weak enemies never drop anything unless it may be like a mission item. Like standard enemies have a chance, but then strong and above, like the elite and the champions, always have something to drop, even if it's just vendor trash. What did we pick up there? Protruding spikes. Oh. Ah, we got a companion gift. You can give these to your companions and they gain more influence. Influence is something we can talk about later. So up there is the transport service droid if we want to use the taxi service.
Ah, more bone marrow samples. Lord Renning will be pleased. You may go.
How generous of you. Thank you. And here's Lord Renning himself.
A fresh young acolyte come to view my experiments. Good. I trust the sight of a messy operating table doesn't disturb you?
What's the situation here?
Understanding the Force's mysteries requires that we seek answers everywhere, even inside a beast itself. This used to be a Toccata, the hound-like creatures infesting Korriban's tombs. On the surface, nothing special. But I alone can see this creature is an expression of pure dark side energy. Aggression made manifest.
Really?
If you're the only one who can see, maybe it isn't there.
The ignorant often question the perceptions of the wise. You require enlightenment. The Force is alive. It expresses its will in the physical world. This Toccata was one such form.
Are we another of these forms?
Sith are the highest manifestation of the Force's will. I've dissected hundreds of Toccata, forging a direct connection to the dark side. Each beast I examine advances me toward perfect unity. I now stand at a new frontier, but find myself thwarted. My most perfect specimen, a Toccata mutant, escaped to the tombs before I could analyze it.
Your work is too important to fail, my lord.
Indeed. Perhaps the Force has brought you to me for a reason. You acolytes delve those tombs on your trials. You could hunt that Toccata for me and retrieve its perfect brain. My apprentice, Melora, saw which tomb the mutant beast fled into. Find out what she knows, assist me, and you will be rewarded.
I'll speak with Melora and do whatever is necessary, my lord.
You found a great calling in my service. I trust you appreciate that.
Yeah, you'll find as an acolyte, we're pretty much the butt of the joke of most Sith Lords or otherwise. But even when we may increase our station, anyone else who has a little bit of superiority over us is going to be demanding our services. And he has Lord Renning's apprentice.
Seeking Lord Renning's lost pet, are you? Don't waste your time. That fool's research is pointless.
Tell me how you know this.
My master is insane. Wasn't it obvious when you spoke to him? Renning deludes the Dark Council into believing he's advancing Sith knowledge. The truth is, he wastes the Empire's time and resources dissecting mindless animals. But if his experiments were discredited, he would be banished, and I would be rewarded.
What am I supposed to do about it?
Look, just a minor alteration to the mutant Toccata's brain would allow me to reveal my master as a fraud. Bring me the brain before delivering it to Lord Renning, and I'll make it worth your while.
Scheming in the shadows is not my way.
All I ask is that you give me the chance to do what we both know is right. The mutant Toccata escaped to the tomb of Marka Ragnos. It's much larger than the others, so it's easy to spot. Return to me with the brain before you see Lord Renning, and I'll take care of the rest.
Obviously, Melora's trying to manipulate us. What I'm interested in is that she wishes to manipulate the brain, adjust it slightly. So I wonder if that gives the impression that even though Lord Renning is quite possibly insane in how he goes about himself, but what happens if when he examines the brain, he does find out that the Force is working in the Hounds? You never really find out, but it raises a question. We have a holopad here.
Sergeant Garrus. Turns out the rumors were true. Some of the sentries we lost down here aren't dead. They lost their minds, just like the acolytes. Doesn't mean we're going to have any easier a time getting the research supplies back, though. The crates are secured with multi-locks. If we're going to open these things without frying the contents, we need to get all the sentries' code cylinders back. I don't think negotiation is an option. The men aren't keen to take down their old comrades, but we'll do what we can. Once we have the code cylinders, we'll crack open the supply crates and get back. Tavon out.
So some of the Imperial forces have been asked to retrieve some of the supplies here. Unfortunately, yes. Various tombs here in Korriban are so infused with the dark side that those of weak wills are easily manipulated and sent really mad. And that's just not with, like, Imperial troopers, but it's also true for Sith as well. The apprentices and the acolytes undergoing their training here. And say the Datacron that we spotted while using the taxi is up here. Now I've already retrieved this one on another character. They used to be player based, but now they're account based. The Datacrons are, well, I might as well use it actually. Oh, it's not allowing me. They are histories, or they retain histories of the Infinite Empire, an empire that spanned the galaxy thousands of years ago. And if we look at our legacy here, Datacrons, when you discover them, let me find the Korriban one, there we are. It unlocks a bonus to your mastery, one of your attributes here. And so as long as you unlock it for one character, you unlock it for all of them now. As you may have noticed, I haven't found all the Datacrons, just because I don't really fancy spending the time discovering them all. There are a couple I have seen and just haven't worked out how to get them before, though. Ah, bugger. I wasn't too sure if he'd seen me. There's another code cylinder. And here is one of the entrances to the tomb of Marka Ragnos. Seems this Sith Inquisitor is eager to summon the mutated Tukata. We'll let him. Oh, that's a bit early. Yeah, we had to get a plump claw slug and use it as bait. Ah, there's a security chest over there. They normally have some crafting materials. Thanks for the buff, but I didn't need it. Oh well. I suppose he was being polite. There we are. So we can now go to Lord Renning or his apprentice. Of course, we know what his apprentice will do. So we need 2 more code cylinders, and we need to find another entrance to the tomb of Marka Ragnos. Oh, actually, there's another code cylinder over this way. Hey, level 9. Awesome. So, level 9. We have... we forgot to learn a skill at level 8. Whoops. Ravage. 18-second cooldown. Performs a series of lightsaber attacks that deal quite a lot of weapon damage. And Unleash. Purges incapacitating and movement impairing effects. Ravage, I think, used to be a channeled ability where you'd have to stand still to deal, I think it's like a series of free attacks. But now it's all free attacks hit instantly. Go get the last code cylinder, and we might as well show Ravage off. It's actually a pretty good skill. The 18 seconds isn't great. It basically means we can use it only once per battle. Unless we're in a boss fight. There we are, we can unlock the research crate now. And we have some acolytes here, failed and exiled. These are acolytes who have obviously failed in their trials, and they hope by defeating other acolytes that come here they may regain some favour. It's always nice just to sometimes pause and take in the scenery. I've played this game so often that sometimes I just rush through the game, and it's worthwhile just taking a look around and taking it all in. Hi. The Beast of Marka Ragnos. Left a god tomb serving as the resting place for its master, the beast has dwelled in darkness for centuries. Legend tells that Ragnos beat his pet nightly, warping it with the Force until it was a creature of pure hate and anguish. I see. Well, we can use a quick travel node back to the field research area. We have the supply crate and the mutated brain to hand over. And between the two, we'll just give it to Lord Renning. He may be crazy, but he could very well be correct as well. The line between genius and madness is quite a slim one after all.
I'm running out of patience. Have you finally acquired the mutant Tukata brain, or should I send someone else?
I have what you asked for.
Ha! Wonderful. Let me see it.
You won't have any complaints.
Look at the mottling along the frontal lobe. Oh, I can't wait to analyze this. You've done me a great service, but now I must continue my research. If there's nothing else?
Melora asked me to sabotage your experiment.
Is that so? Melora, if you can't show my work the appreciation it deserves, there's no place for you as my apprentice.
Wait, Master. It's a lie. I haven't betrayed you.
I know the truth when I hear it, Melora. I'm releasing you from my service. Eventually.
Master, please, stop! No!
My dear, the pain for you is only beginning. Take your reward and leave. Melora and I have much to discuss.
You should reward me for exposing this traitor.
Eliminating an enemy of the Sith Empire is its own reward. Go now.
Well, we were a bit of a dick about that, but to be fair, she was trying to manipulate us. Mind, saying that, a lot of people by the end of the series are going to try and manipulate us. Quite a few of them are probably going to succeed as well. So we picked up the research supplies, and we may as well use the transport service droid to take us back over to the academy, and we'll hand over the supplies. And I think we'll break the video before going back in and seeing Overseer Tremel. Just give it a moment and... It's very orange. But I do like Korriban.
Displaying all authorized destinations.
Yes, can I help you with something? Hold on. Are those the research supplies we were after? I'd given up on them days ago. You've no idea how much I appreciate this. Some of these chemicals take months to manufacture. Not much use to you, but vital to us. Thank you. You're welcome to use some of our equipment as compensation. I'll make sure to mention you to the commander.
There we are. Hey, level 10. So we now have, rather than Sundering Assault, a Geas Assault. Generates 1 extra rage. And increases our damage reduction by 3% for 20 seconds. Okay. Anything else? Boop. Blade Turning. The first 2 seconds of Saber Ward grants 100% melee and range defense. And it's a passive skill. Righty-ho. Tell you what, we'll break the video here. We're getting close to the 40-minute mark. But when we come back, we'll get ourselves back into the Sith Academy. We'll... Oh, my feet have disappeared. We'll speak to Overseer Tremel and let him know that the Beast of Marka Ragnos has been defeated. And, yeah. This, of course, has been AnthWolf playing Star Wars The Old Republic. I hope you've all enjoyed and I hope you all take care. As always, feel free to comment if you so wish. And I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, no. Bye-bye now.